going to get started reclined today. So on our backs, whatever position feels best to you at this time, in this moment, in that position, my recommendation is going to be constructive rest. So what constructive rest is we are going to find a reclined position with knees bent. Then we're going to heel toe our feet out until we can feel the edges of our mat right underneath our feet. And then we're going to knock our knees in together. The act of doing that, you should feel that low spine connect with the earth. Maybe take one hand on belly, one hand on chest if you need a little bit more connection with breath, with this present moment. Another option would be to find hands up if you need a little bit more energy. And then finally, hands down is an earthy grounding position. Whichever variation is calling to you, go ahead and find that. And then begin to feel the counts of your inhale and try and let your exhales be at 1 or 2 counts longer. Connecting with this here, this now. You can let your peripheral gaze go fuzzy, or even take your eyes closed as you begin to run a scan from the top of your head down to your toes, and allow yourself to just see where you are right here, right now. In this time of year, with daylight savings time being tonight into tomorrow morning, as well as just the transition into true fall, maybe even feeling a little bit more wintry. I mentioned beforehand that I really, really like this intention and this connection with the idea of worrying about the future, and that idea that worrying does not take anything away from the future. It does not prepare you for the future. It just robs the peace from right now. And I really like that way of thinking about staying in the moment. And so that has been my intention, my hope to share with you guys this week. But if something else is speaking to you, by all means, begin to find your intention, your desire to move from I want to I intend. Also, as you might notice, my fuzzy assistant yoga teacher has entered the room. Just a heads up in case he makes his voice heard more than just his presence. And let's find 3 more big breaths in this constructive rest. Using your inhales to travel all the way down to your pinky toes, filling up completely with the presence of right now, with this moment, with this here, this sensation. And then a slow, controlled exhale. 2 more just like that. Inhale, fill up completely. Feel not only your chest rise with your inhale, your belly. Now feel all of the cells in your body activated with this oxygen. And then keep that buzz, keep that feeling as you exhale and anchor down into the earth. Last one here. Seal in your intention, the present moment, the desire to not worry, whatever it is. Find that space and share it with the universe with your exhale. If your eyes are closed, go ahead and let them flutter open and bringing your feet back to neutral position. So heel toe those feet back in line with our hip width distance. Realign your hips, maybe find a little bit of adjustment. And then we're gonna take our right foot up and over our left knee. So crossing our ankle over our knee, and now energetically or physically press that right knee forward while you're anchoring that left hip down into the earth. So already beginning to find a little bit of connection, a little bit of sensation, a little bit of stretch. Activate through those toes. Pull those toes back towards those knees. That protects our knee joint, so especially if there's any sensation there. And then you can stay here. If this is a lot in your hips, a lot in your IT bands, a lot in your knees, wherever. If you have a lot of sensation right here, this is perfect. If you want, you can try for a little bit more sensation by threading that needle and clasping the belly of the left thigh. But keep that right knee tracking forward, keep that sensation going. You can find some gentle movements with that left ankle, maybe heel toe, maybe some gentle circles. Keep that right foot activated. And just breathing into the space of sensation, breathing into the space that is feeling maybe a little bit of tension, a little bit of hesitation, and give yourself a little bit more release. If your left foot is elevated, if you did clasp that thigh, go ahead, return it back to the mat. Once it makes a connection, go ahead and let that right foot fall over towards the left. Once that foot makes contact, let your knees get heavy, gaze falls towards the right. Really gentle, easy supine twist to open up class today. Really early on, still warming up our bodies, still engaging here. So be gentle. No need to force it. No need to find more than you need right here, right now. Give yourself at least a couple breaths here. Breathing into where you feel it. Maybe it's the shoulder, chest, side, body, IT bands, low spine. And again, we're only going to the point of sensation, not to the point of pain. Early on, be gentle. On your next inhale, gently come back through midline. Let that right foot return down to the earth. Make any adjustment you need as we move into second side. On an inhale, bring that left foot up and over, right knee. Ankle is crossing knee. We're already activating through that foot to protect that knee joint. And now energetically or physically press that left knee forward, going to that point of sensation yet again. Read your body, read where you are today. If this is it, this is beautiful. This is perfect. No need to worry about what anyone else is doing, what anyone else needs. It's right here, right now. Don't rob yourself of that peace. And if you do want a little bit more, you can clasp the belly of that right thigh, finding those gentle ankle rotations, but we're staying active through that left foot, protecting that knee joint. Left knee is pressing forward while we anchor both hip bones down into the earth, finding that connection, that gentle sensation to open up here. Taking a nice big breath, sending that inhale into wherever you need. One more breath here. And then gently let that right foot come back down to the mat if it's not there already. Once it makes connection, let that left foot fall over towards the right. Once that foot makes contact with the earth, let your knees get heavy as gaze goes over towards the left-hand side. Now notice here early on, again, we're not going to that exaggerated position. We're being sweet and gentle, but also check in here. Your shoulders have connection with the earth. Both shoulders do. Our low spine is finding sensation. Our knees are feeling heavy. This is the sensation you should find anytime we're in a supine twist. We're not over exaggerating. We're not lifting our shoulders up to get deeper into the twist. We just find gravity. So permission to find that for a couple more breaths here. Finding your inhales, going to the sensation. Your exhales, anchoring down, softening through that tension, releasing anything you're holding on to. One more breath. And then on an inhale, gently come back through midline. Let that left foot come back down to the earth and find 3 windshield wipers to each side. Already connecting breath with body. Inhale, come up through midline. As you exhale, dropping those knees. Keep it going. Again, appreciating the sensation of right here, right now. The peace of the present moment. How beautiful it can be without worrying about the future or focusing in on the past, wishing something different. Right here, right now. Pretty awesome. Once you're balanced, go ahead, give yourself a tight squeeze, pulling your knees in towards your chest, and continue that gentle rock side to side, low back massage, maybe even up into your shoulders. giving your back of your head, the top of your spine, that nice little massage. And then once you feel balanced, go ahead, begin to rock and roll up and down the length of your spine, arriving in a seated position, sitting tall, taking a nice big inhale as you breathe high to the sky. As you exhale, drop those shoulders. Now let's get some shoulder rolls in. Inhale, shoulders up to those ears. Exhale, squeeze those shoulder blades. Keep it going, just waking up our upper torso the same way we woke up our lower body. And then once you feel ready, once you feel prepared, go ahead, either scooch those knees around or roll over those ankles, making our way into our tabletop position, finding hands underneath shoulders, knees underneath hips, flashy movements. Find the organic movements you need right here, right now, especially in the sensations we activated through that opening. Find the opportunities to just give them a little bit of love with a different orientation. We're still working with gravity. We're still finding that connection, just a little bit of a different orientation. And then once you feel balanced, giving each side the same amount of love, you go ahead, walk those palms forward, palm width distance, curl those toes under, and then on an inhale breath, just press those hips high and back, arriving into our first downward facing dog, and then keep that slashy movement going, wagging those hips, pedaling out through those heels. Really actively press into every single knuckle in your finger, taking the weight out of your wrist, maybe even feeling like you could slide a piece of paper underneath your hand. As you inhale, feel the buoyancy of your bones. Lift the hips a little bit higher. As you exhale, melt into that space, that sensation we just created. And again, enjoying the sensation right here, right now. We're active. We're holding our body up with our own strength, our muscles. We're breathing. We're energizing. Pretty powerful. We're going to connect breath with body. And I felt like it was appropriate, as we are losing some of our sunlight, to bring in a little bit of that internal light, that internal heat, by opening up with some sun salutations, bringing that light back in. We've got 3 each side, so enjoy the journey, enjoy the presence. On your inhale breath, right leg lifts high to the sky, reach it tall. As you exhale, take your time, knee comes to belly, knee comes to chest, feel the heat, feel the light, feel the present moment, gently step it through right thumb, and then left foot comes to meet right, forward fold. On our inhale breath, press into those shins, elongate through the crown of our head. Exhale, melt into that forward fold. Shake your head yes, shake your head no. On an inhale breath, scoop it all up, scoop the energy, the light, the enjoyment, reach it tall, mountain pose. Exhale, open that heart. Inhale, reach it tall, mountain pose. Exhale, swan dive it, forward fold. Inhale, breath, halfway lift, resetting our spine. Exhale, hands come down to the mat. Inhale, breath, step it back with right foot first, then left meets right, plank pose. Now we're traveling all the way to belly. Take your time. You can travel through plank or through knees, finding your way to your mat. Tops of your toes press down into the earth. Activate your legs, low spine. Inhale, breath, pull that heart up and through. Exhale, release your forehead to the mat. Stay here, feel the present moment. Curl those toes back under. Inhale, breath, press it up through that plank or tabletop. Lift those hips high and back. Downward facing dog. Reset breath. Inhale into those hips, into the bones, into that buoyancy. Exhale, feel it in. Feel the gravity, feel the connection. Inhale, left leg reaches high to the sky. Reach it tall. Take your time as you exhale. Big, slow breath, taking that entire amount of time to gently step it through to left thumb. Let that right come to meet left. And on an exhale, melt into that forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Press into those shins. Reach that crown long. Feel the spine elongate. Exhale, melt into that fold. Inhale, scoop it up. Sweep it all the way tall. Mountain pose. Exhale, cactus's arm. Shine that heart. Inhale, reach a tall mountain pose. Exhale, take your time. Swan dive it, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift, press into those shins. Exhale, hands come down to the mat. Inhale, breath, step it back with left leg first, then right. Feel the power, feel that connection. And then traveling through knees or plank, elbows graze those ribs, come all the way to mat. Tops of your toes uncurl, press them down into the earth. Activate your legs, your spine, and then pull that heart up and through, cobra pose. Exhale, forehead to mat. Feel it in. Feel right here, right now. And then on an inhale, press it up through plank or tabletop. Hips lift high and back. Downward facing dog. We got one down, two more to go. Inhale, right leg breathes high to the sky. Reach it tall. Full, complete exhale. Knee comes to belly, to chest. Looking at right thumb. Left comes to meet right. Exhale into that forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift, press into those shins. Exhale, melt. Inhale, sweep it tall all the way, mountain pose. Exhale, shine that heart. Inhale, reach it tall. Exhale, swan dive. Find your way into your forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, melt those hands down to the mat. Inhale, step back, right leg first, then left. Take your time here. Feel the power of that connection. Making our way all the way to belly. Tops of your toes press in. Inhale, cobra pose. Exhale, release. Inhale, press it up, plank or tabletop. Hips lift high and back. Downward facing dog. Little reset breath. Breathe into the buoyancy, the joy, the present moment. Exhale, feel it in. Left side. Inhale, reach that left leg high. Exhale, all the way through to left thumb. Take your time, use your power, use your strength. Right comes to meet left. Exhale, melt into that fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Reach that crown of your head long and tall. Exhale, melt into that fold. Inhale, reverse swan dive it high. All the way tall, mountain pose. Exhale, baby back bend. Inhale, reach it tall. Exhale, swan dive all the way into your forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, hands to mat. Left leg back first on your inhale, then right. Find the connection, feel the power. And now make your way to belly, plank or tabletop. Tops your toes press in. Inhale, pull that heart up and through. Exhale, release. Forehead to mat. Find that connection, the present moment, right here, right now. And then on an inhale, press it up, plank or tabletop. Hips high and back, downward facing dog. Reset breath, keeping that breath to body connection, even in stillness. Finding what you need right here, right now. This last round, once more each side. I'm going to stay mostly quiet, let you find your breath to body connection, find what it is. I'll offer some slight hints, but you got it. And if you get lost, it's what your body needs. That's perfect. Inhale, right leg high. Exhale. Left to meet right. Forward fold. Halfway lift, reach it tall. Exhale, melt. Sweep it tall. Shine that heart. Inhale, reach it. Exhale, forward fold. Halfway. Hands to mat. Right foot back. Left to meet right. All the way to belly. Cobra pose. Find your release, forehead to mat. Inhale, press it high. Hips high and back. Release that breath here. Take your time. Feel the sensation. Left leg high. Full exhale. Right to left. Melt into that forward fold. Halfway. Forward fold. Scoop it tall. Open that heart. Reach it tall. Melt it. Forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift, reset. Exhale, hands to mat. Inhale, left first, then right. All the way to belly. Inhale, cobra. Exhale, release. Inhale, press it back. Downward facing dog. Got 3 to 5 breaths here. Little lunar pause. Check back in. Stay right now. Not worrying about if you got lost, if you missed your place, or if that felt really good. Beautiful. Just let that buzz come in. Don't worry about what's just happened. Don't worry about what's to come. Let yourself find this connection. Right here, right now. Gentle micro movement or even stillness. One more breath here. Breathe into the space that still needs it. Use your exhale to seal it in. On your next inhale, rolling it forward into our plank pose. Then drop down to our knees, making our way onto our seats. And then pulling that heart up and through, feeling that heat buzzing through our bodies, feeling that breath to body connection, and use your entire exhale to melt all the way down onto our spines. Big inhale breath, reach those fingers up overhead, keep those knees bent. Use your exhale, seal it in. We're gonna find our hands back behind our head. We're just bracing our neck. We're not using our arm strength here. We're not crunching our chin to chest. In fact, imagine you have something beautiful and fragile underneath your chin and you don't want to break it. We're gonna keep our right leg anchored to the earth, right foot down, and then inhale, find that opposite table, that reverse tabletop with our left knee. Big inhale breath, exhale, crunch to that left knee, right elbow connection. Inhale, straighten through that right leg, exhale, crunch. Inhale, straighten, exhale, crunch. Keep it going with your own breath. If you would like to up level, if you need a little bit more sensation, a little more heat, a little more energy, only if you need, not that it's better, you can find reverse tabletop with that right and keep it going. There we go. Lost my flow for a second. If you even need a little bit more, if you can keep that low back connected with the earth, you can straighten through that right leg. Keeping the connection you need, whichever variation. Option 1, right leg down, keeping that left side going. Option 2, reverse tabletop. Option 3, straighten through that right leg. Wherever you are, we've got 5 more. 4, 3, 2, 1. Go ahead, drop both feet to the mat if they're not there. Reach those fingertips up overhead. A little bit of cardio, lots of core, lots of heat, intentional. Try and not escape. Our second side, you know where we're going now. So don't worry about it and don't anticipate that future. Give yourself the connection. Find that nice basket grip underneath your head, not crunching our chin in. We're not crushing that beautiful fragile thing. Starting off with left foot heavy, reverse tabletop with right. Big inhale breath. Exhale, tap that left elbow to right knee. Starting off here, finding that connection. Second side tends to be a little bit more tired. We use our entire core girdle when we start on one side. So give yourself permission to check in here. Option 2, finding that opposite connection. Keeping it going. If you would like, you can straighten through both legs, tapping that right knee in. Check out where you are. See what you need. Permission to keep that left foot heavy on the earth. All of them are beautiful. All of them are perfect. Just testing out where you need to be right here. We got 5 more. 4, 3, 2, and 1. Go ahead, release everything long. Toes reach forward, fingertips reach back. My sore core score will be high tomorrow. I can already feel it kicking in. Once you're ready, go ahead, pull those knees in towards chest. Reconnection with that low spine. Give it a nice little massage, rocking side to side. And then once you feel ready, you can rock and roll up and down the length of your spine, connecting vinyasa of your choice coming up here. We're meeting in a down dog. So go ahead, step back, arrive directly into a down dog if that's what's calling to you. You can take a cobra, connecting vinyasa, maybe a cat-cow flow, whichever variation you need, whichever variation will keep you in the present moment. Find your way there, and if you're not there already, make your way into our downward facing dog. Lots of heat, lots of energy, lots of connection, bringing that light into our own sensation. Let's find some strength. Inhale, breath, right leg reaches high to the sky. As you exhale, knee comes to belly. First time here, look at that space right between your thumbs. Gently step it through. You can use your hand to get there if you need to. Back heel drops down to the earth. Inhale, breath. Cartwheel it up and open. Exhale, sit it low into our warrior 2. We're only here for this time today. We're only breathing into this space. So find your edge. Find your limit. Toes reaching away, fingertips reaching away, crown reaching tall on your inhale. Fill up, and then as you exhale, pull everything back in together. Activate through those triceps. Pull those inner thighs in together. Drop those shoulders down. Find your depth. We got 1 more breath here. Go to that edge. Go to that limit. Inhale. Sweep it tall. 5-pointed star. Reach it towards the sky. Toes pointing out towards opposite corners. So heels in, toes out. Exhale, sit it low. Making our way into our horse pose. First time today, so feel free to surf it out. Using your breath to find that depth. Inhale, breath. Right heel lifts high. Sit it low on your exhale. Exhale. Switch it out, heel down. Inhale, left heel high. Sit it low. Drop it down. Option here, you can stay in your horse pose or inhale, both heels high. Yeah. Exhale, melt it low. Inhale, sweep it tall, 5-pointed star. Knock those heels out, toes come in. Exhale, melt into that prasarita, that wide-legged forward fold. Little bit of a reward for that really intense horse pose. Also though, maybe prasarita is a really intense posture for you. Perfectly fine. Just stay here. You can always find a prop. You can find your yoga block under your hands to give you a little bit more stability. Melting into that forward fold, releasing through those hamstrings, using gravity as a tool. Inhale, find your halfway lift, reach that crown tall, and then keep it going. 5-pointed star. Exhale, cartwheel it down towards the top of your mat. Inhale, step it back, plank pose. Find that connection, feel that strength. Then traveling through knees or plank all the way to belly. Tops of your toes, press in. Inhale, breath, cobra pose. Exhale, release. Inhale, press it up, plank or tabletop. Hips lift high and back. Downward facing dog. Strength on one side. Feel that slight variation from side to side, but also feel the power that we have to create with our own breath, our own body, to just stay right here, enjoying every sensation that bubbles up. Inhale, breath, left leg reaches tall. Even if that sensation is to hurry out of it, pull that knee to belly, knee to chest, right in between our hands. Try and fight that sensation. Back heel heavy. Inhale, cartwheel it up and open. Exhale, warrior two, second side. We're finding that strength. We're finding that growth. We're finding that power. Again, inhale, reaching everything away. Crown high, fingertips long, toes reaching out. As you exhale, pull everything back in. Activate through those triceps, those inner thighs, melting those shoulder blades. Especially on second side, when we know where we're going, we know what to expect. Try and not race through it. Try and stay right here. One more breath. Sit low in that front knee, find your depth. Inhale, sweep it tall, 5-pointed star. Toes reaching out, heels reaching in. Exhale, sit it low. Making your way into that horse pose. Surfing it out, but knowing where we're going. Keeping those knees in line with those toes, shoulders over hips, crown reach tall. Use your exhale to sit it low. Moving on to second side. Inhale, left leg reach or left heel reaches tall. Use your exhale to find your depth. Swap it out. Inhale, right heel high. Exhale, sit it low. Permission here to stay in your really exaggerated horse pose, or inhale, both heels high. Only your breath. Exhale, find your depth. Inhale, release. 5-pointed star. Heels reach out, toes reach in. Exhale, melt it. Forward fold. Find that connection, that breath. Maybe even letting your gaze go fuzzy, your eyes closed. Shake your head yes. Shake your head no if it's not already on the earth. Releasing through low spine, through hamstrings, through quads. All of those big muscles we've just activated. For a reason, I promise. Inhale, halfway lift. Crown reaches tall. And then keep it going. Stand it tall, 5-pointed star. Little change coming up here. Exhale, cartwheel it towards the top of your mat, and then step it forward. Forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, melt into that fold. Shake your head yes, shake your head no. Make sure that your feet are about hip width distance. Checking in here. And now inhale, reverse swan dive it high. Mountain pose. All right, finding that connection with our feet. Now, energetically pulling our legs in towards each other. If you have a prop, if you have a towel or a yoga block, you can even bring it in between your legs to keep that connection going, to really squeeze it in there. If you don't, totally fine. Just activate through those inner thighs. Let them feel like they're two magnets reaching towards each other. Inhale, reach it tall. And then as you exhale, sit back. Squeezing that block, reaching those fingertips tall. One line of energy. And now feel like someone is pulling a chair away from you. We're going to pulse this out. Inhale, sweep it tall, all the way into our mountain pose. Exhale, sit it low. Find that edge of that chair. Inhale, sweep it tall. Exhale, sit it low. We got one more. Inhale, sweep it tall. This time, hang on for 3 beats. Sit it low, go to your edge, go to your limit. Maybe even finding your hamstrings parallel with the earth. Gaze goes high. We're at 3, 2, 1. Go ahead, release. Inhale, hands high. Exhale, melt into that forward fold, releasing that prop. Shake your head yes. Shake your head no. Feeling those inner thighs activated, feeling that connection. Chair pose. Finding that strength. Inhale, hands come down to the mat. And then step it back into your plank pose on your exhale. Find the power on your inhale. And then travel all the way to belly. Tap your toes, press in. Inhale, pull that heart up and through. Exhale, release. Inhale, press it up, plank or tabletop. Hips lift high and back. Downward facing dog. Feeling that big inhale breath, breathing into those hips. Exhale, melt through those hamstrings, those quads. Little release from that chair pose flow. On your inhale breath, come up onto your tippy toes. Exhale, melt those heels to the earth. Inhale, right leg breathes high. As you exhale, we're looking at right thumb. Take your time to get there. Gently step it through. Inhale, left comes to meet right. Exhale into your forward fold. Sweep it tall. Inhale all the way high into mountain pose. This time, keep those hands going all the way until they clasp. So we're finding a steeple grip, which means all of your fingers are connected, letting your pointer fingers reach tall. Now inhale, reach those fingertips high. Keep that connection with your arms. Keep the strength as you exhale, melt those shoulders down your spine. Activate that low core, just like we did during our core workout. Shorten the distance between your ribs and your hip bones. Inhale, reach through those fingers only. And then exhale, melt over towards the right-hand side, coming into a nice little side bend. Try and stay in one line. Don't let our left shoulder close us off. Keep our heart nice and open. As you exhale, just melt into that fold. Inhale, reaching through those fingertips. Exhale, reach those left hips a little bit further. One more breath here. Use that exhale to deepen. Inhale, come up through mid. Drop those shoulders. Just a little counter stretch before second side. Inhale, reach high through those fingertips. One breath here. Exhale, melt onto that left-hand side. Again, not closing off, stay nice and open. Use your exhale. Inhale, come up through mid. As you exhale, trace your fingertips along the ceiling. Melt it back. Little baby back bend. Inhale, come up through midline. Exhale, release the clasp. Melt down into our forward fold. Little extended breath here. Shake your head yes. Shake your head no. Gentle sways, organic movements are absolutely allowed. Little lunar pause. Inhale, Press into those shins. Exhale, hands to mat. Inhale, step back, right leg first, then left. Use your exhale breath, travel all the way to mat. Tap your toes, press in. Inhale, pull that heart up and through. Exhale, release. Inhale, press it high. Plank or tabletop, hips lift high and back. Downward facing dog. Feeling the heat, feeling the energy, feeling the connection. Inhale those hips high. Exhale, soften your shoulders, melt that heart. Second side. Inhale, come high onto our tippy toes, lift those hips high, or heels high. Exhale, melt them towards the mat. Inhale, left leg reaches high to the sky. Exhale, knee to belly, knee to chest. Looking at our left thumb, gently step it through. Inhale, right comes to meet left. Let your exhale bring you into a forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, release. Inhale, sweep it tall, mountain pose, then keep it going. Fingers come up to clasp. Try and find opposite pinky, opposite thumb on top, keeping those pointer fingers released. Inhale, reach tall through those fingertips. Exhale, melt those shoulders. Inhale, activate those arms. Squeezing your ears with your biceps. Starting on left side this time, reach it tall. Exhale, melt into our left side. Now keeping those shoulders on straight. Really tracking those right shoulders forward, right shoulders open, left shoulder open. It's really easy to close off here or sink in. We're staying nice and tight in one line of energy, creating a nice half circle on the right side of our body. Inhale, reach through those fingertips, activate through those biceps. Exhale, reach that right hip a little bit further. One more breath here. Find that depth. Inhale, come up through midline. Reset. Exhale, short stint on our right hand side. Opposite little counter stretch. Inhale, up through mid. Tracing our fingertips on the ceiling. Gently make your way into your back bend, maybe an inch further than you did before. Exhale, release. Inhale, release the clasp. Swan dive it. Forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, hands to mat. Inhale, step it back, left leg first, then right. All the way to belly, through knees or plank. Elbows raise those ribs. Tuck your toes, press in. Inhale, cobra pose. Exhale, release. Inhale, press it up. Hips high and back. Downward facing dog. Shake your head yes. Shake your head no. Inhale into those hips. Exhale, melt that heart. One final active pose before we release into our closing session. Inhale, look at that space between your hands. And then as you exhale, one giant step, maybe a hop, maybe a float, maybe 20 tiny steps, however you'd like. Get to your top of your mat. Head is heavy. Inhale, halfway lift. Release that low spine. Sweep the top. All the way up into mountain pose. Setting up throughout the whole class to get to this point. Hands are released this time because as we exhale, we're going to sweep our right hand under our left. Come as high as you can. Try and aim for your biceps, but even if it's forearms, that's totally fine. Then bring your hands up to frame your face. If this is all you got, go ahead, press the backs of your hands together. Feel that back of your heart space opening up, activating through our arms. If you can reach, finding maybe even pinky to thumb clasp, maybe palms to fingers, or maybe even palms to palms. Wherever you are, find a tight clasp. You're giving yourself a tight squeeze here. Breathing through the back of our heart space. Inhale, breathe those fingertips high, crown high, just like we did with our fingers clasped. And then exhale, find that chair pose, sit it low, really reach that booty back. The lower you sit, the easier the balance is. And then on an inhale, right leg comes up over left. Again, you can reach those toes out to the side, tracking them towards your calf. You can find connection with your calf, or available, you can fully wrap your toes behind your calf. Wherever you are, find a point of unmoving energy right in front of you. Smile, lift that heart high. I am not finding a point of unmoving. There's my balance. And sit it low on your exhale. Goodness gracious. We got 3, 2, on 1, unravel, stand it tall, mountain pose. Let it feel good. Inhale, reach those fingertips high. Exhale, left hand comes underneath right, making your way in towards whatever clasp you can. Back to your hands, pressing together, maybe fingers to palm, maybe palms to palm. Wherever you are, find that nice tight clasp. Inhale, reach those fingertips tall, crown reaches high. Exhale, sit it low. Just like we did in that chair pose, booty reaches back. And then on an inhale, left leg comes up over right. Reaching those fingers or those toes out to the side, reaching them towards our calves, maybe even finding that full wrap. Find that point of unmoving energy, sit it low for 3. We got 2. Yeah. Find your depth for 1. Unravel, reach it tall, 5-pointed star. Feet land a little bit wider than hip width. Exhale, melt forward into our ragdoll. Shake your head yes, shake your head no. Maybe find some nice gentle sways in your hips. Maybe even clasping opposite elbows. My preference is, because we were just in a tight clasp, letting my arms just dangle long. Feels good. All the blood flow rushing in. Releasing that head fully, completely. Make sure that you're not holding any tension in your spine. Even an option to take a gentle clasp behind your head to give yourself a nice little cervical stretch here. Only if that feels okay though. No tension, no pain, just sensation. Once you feel balanced, go ahead, heel toe those toes all the way into touch. Sliver space between our heels. Deep bend in those knees. Find a tight little seed ball. Giving yourself a tight squeeze here. And soft landing onto our seats. Shine that heart one last time. Enjoying this present moment. And then as you exhale, make your way vertebrae by vertebrae all the way onto our backs. From here, make sure your feet are just about hip width distance. Inhale that right leg up over left knee. Press that right knee forward first and foremost. If and only if it's calling to you, you can clasp the belly of the thigh, but keeping that right foot activated. If you feel more anchored, more earth, more internal energy, by letting that left foot stay on the earth, absolutely permission to find that. Whichever variation you're in, give yourself one more big breath. Tracking that right knee as far forward as it can go. If your foot is elevated, exhale that left foot down to the earth. Now let that right foot get heavy, falling over towards that left-hand side. Once it hits, knees get heavy. And then letting your hands reach out into either a goal post, maybe out to a T. And let your gaze go to the right-hand side. Final supine twist. First, recognizing how our body has shifted, how this present moment, this present body, this present shape is enjoying so much peace because of all of the things we have prepared it for, but also no need to worry about the future. Don't rob yourself. from this moment. 2 more breaths on this side. On your next inhale, come back up through midline. Let that right foot fall to the earth. Readjust your hips as needed. Inhale that left foot up over right knee, activating through that left foot, pulling those toes in. Now physically or energetically press that left knee forward. Check in here. If you need more energy, permission to clasp the belly of the right thigh. If you want that earth energy, keep that right foot down. We're coming into a conclusion of class. So find what it is you need from this present moment, from this space. If your foot is elevated on an exhale, let that right foot return back to the earth. And then let that left foot fall heavy. Once it makes connection, let your knees get heavy. Then gaze falls over towards that left hand thumb. Gravity, breath, and your shape are the only things that exist right here, right now. The only thing you need to worry about is sending those inhales to the point of sensation and softening them with your exhales. No perfect shape, no perfect posture. The only thing that is truly perfect is staying right here and right now, enjoying the shapes we are able to make to get us here, but not worrying about what that means, not worrying about what's in the future. That just robs us from our present peace. 2 more breaths on this side. On your next inhale, gently come back through midline, releasing that left foot down to the earth, and then pulling those knees in towards chest. Also permission to find a cover or a blanket, anything else you need. Coming down from this really active practice, this is when I tend to get a little bit chilly. So finding that when you need, when you'd like, giving yourself a tight squeeze here, maybe some gentle circles, gentle hip rock side to side. Now, finding midline, reaching towards opposite elbows. Scrunch your toes, activate your feet, your calves, your shins. Find your quads, your hamstrings, your glutes. Energetically feel that low belly, mid, and then our entire core girdle, front and back. Your shoulders involved, your chest. Scrunch your fingers, your arms, your biceps, your triceps. Now activate through your neck. Lift your face up towards your knees. Scrunching your face together. Even feeling your scalp get engaged. Activating every single muscle in your body. And then as you exhale, let it all go. Let your feet fall wide, hands fall away, letting yourself be nice and heavy. Releasing all the shapes in our toes, our fingers, our legs, our arms, glutes and belly, totally soft. Chest is only feeling our inhales and our exhales. Release any tension you're holding in your neck, in your jaw. Let your tongue fall from the roof of your mouth. And finally, that third eye center, that space right between your eyebrows. Let yourself float off into Shavasana. Gently begin to bring some awareness back into the room, back onto your mat, back into your shape. Once you feel like you have fully arrived, back into your mind, find some gentle reawakening movements, paying a little bit more attention to your toes and your feet, your fingers and your hands, bringing that energy back into your arms, your legs, your full torso, and then back into your whole presence. Once you feel like you have fully reawakened, on an inhale, let those fingertips reach up overhead, toes reach forward. Final big deep stretch. Now from this space, recognize which side is calling to you, right hand or left hand, external energy to the right, internal energy to the left, solar energy to the right, lunar energy to the left. Once you've identified that side you would like to roll onto, pull your knees towards chest, and then use that bicep as a pillow, giving yourself this one final moment, this final shape, this final beat, to just really feel in this present moment and enjoy it, and then to find each single present moment moving forward, and don't rob the peace from the future. Inhale, gently breathe up into a comfortable seated position, keeping your eyes closed or gaze soft. Once you're there, bring hands to heart center, press your palms into your chest, drop your chin towards chest. First and foremost, thanking self for being here, for giving yourself this moment, this presence, and the ability to practice it. On an inhale, bring those hands together, pressing your thumbs in between your eyebrows at third eye center. Lift your chin to the sky in a sign of appreciation and awareness of the energy and effort we were able to share. Please know the inner teacher and light within me so appreciates and so recognizes the inner teacher and light within each of you. And one way to say this is to bow our hearts and say namaste.